some more important things to worry about than
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
You know?
here we go. And hello everyone and welcome butterflies, rambling Canuck. Who else do we got here? Honey caves, honey. I don't know how you do. Honey cave, honey cakes, honey cave. I'll go with honey caves or honey coves. How are you? V Star 333. Welcome butterflies. Am I missing anybody? No. Well, and we have here with us tonight Positive Candor, and we're going to be talking Tron. Tell me, what do you remember of Tron?
Well, primarily that it was a cool movie.
Oh,
But
without a doubt.
I liked the bike scene in it on the grid, which was
Oh,
awesome.
I love the bikes. The bikes
Um,
were great.
and then
I wanted
later,
one of those things.
yeah, yeah, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to race on a grid and wipe out somebody? And stuff like that. But yeah, I thought that was a cool scene in the original Tron, obviously. I love the cast: Bruce Boxleitner and Bridges. Um,
Yes,
Jeff
Jeff
Bridges, yeah.
Bridges. I was about
Um,
to say Lloyd for some reason.
yeah, yeah, but no, yeah, I was thinking no, Lloyd's way too old. Yeah, no, yeah, Jeff
I
Bridges. Um,
was thinking Lloyd. That's weird.
yeah, love the cast. Love the tank scene. I guess.
The tank scenes were great. I think my favorite part when I was a kid, I loved the bit. Yes,
Yeah, the bit that's
no,
flashing. Yes, no. Oh, okay,
yes, yes,
you're
yes, 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 yes.
yes, you're a bit. You only can say yes and no. Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the first, obviously, original Tron is the best one, no doubt about that. Yeah, I mean, it was to me ahead of its time
Oh,
as far as
definitely.
the
It was definitely underappreciated at its time.
yeah, um, yeah. Love Flynn, obviously, the character of Jeff Bridges. Love Tron, who's Bruce Boxleitner. Um,
I don't think it
plus,
would have been the same if it wasn't Bruce Boxleitner as Tron.
yeah. Um, Love, but then obviously they both played two roles in the movie. I guess in a way, one their regular human version and one the version on the grid, in or inside the system or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Um,
the grid.
love
I'm
the
sorry, but I've got to get this out. Okay, I'm good.
um, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean,
The
there's
musical score was good.
yeah. I mean, there's not a single moment in the first movie that I don't like. Basically, let's put it that way.
Didn't even
Um,
Journey have a track on that?
the music group Journey, you mean?
Yeah, I believe it was
Um,
Separate Ways, Worlds Apart or something. Or was
um,
it another
maybe at the
song?
end, uh, during the credits, you mean, or during the arcade scene, maybe?
I think it was during the arcade scene.
Okay, yeah, you might be right. I think yeah, during the arcade scene when Flynn is playing at Flynn's arcade. Imagine that being for
No,
the name of
I
it,
don't
but
believe it was Don't Stop Believing.
don't stop believing. Okay, yeah, it could have been
No,
that too.
It
but
might have
whatever.
been, but it was a Journey. I love Journey. Journey's a good band.
Yeah, yeah. Steve Perry is an awesome singer, obviously.
I actually got to see him live by himself at the local Italian Heritage Festival in my hometown,
That's
and he
cool.
sang a bunch of the Journey songs,
Yeah,
and I was like in awe. I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's Steve Perry!" I was so geeking out, but yeah,
yeah.
it was in both movies.
What was in both movies? Journey was in both movies. I know they showed the arcade in both movies, obviously. Tron and Tron Legacy. Um,
I love that song. Separate Ways, Worlds Apart. Oh, I love that song. I don't know why.
that's a cool song. Yeah, yeah. That and obviously "Don't Stop Believing" is probably their most well-known song.
But back, we should get back to Tron.
Yeah, back to Tron. No, yeah.
Or
Love the MCU. Um,
the MCP.
yeah, MCP Master Control Program. You know what I meant.
Yes.
Um, love love Sargon in this movie. Um, even though he's not really in it much. Mainly at the end when he's like super tall and everything. That was maybe, if I had one gripe about it, that scene is maybe my biggest gripe when he's super big.
Yeah. I liked that part. I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's kind of clumsy
Here's a
looking and
little
stuff like that in a way.
tidbit of personal, really personal. My dad said that he took me to the movie theater when I to see that, and I had to have been two when I actually saw that, and I don't remember a bit of it. But what I do remember, my parents had it on a VHS tape. I think taped off to, I believe it was taped off of HBO, along with a tape of War Games taped on the same tape.
Yeah, I mean that's another classic '80s movie, no doubt about that.
And that's how I grew up watching Tron, and I love Tron. I love the whole flashy aesthetic, the neon, and I think they even did it better with Tron Legacy. They really got that whole feel. They got the same, most of the same cast. They got the same guy that played Alan. They got Jeff Bridges back, which was really cool.
Yeah, yeah. Boxleitner and Bridges were both back in it. Um, obviously, but yeah, I liked. Was it Garrett Hedlund? Was that his name? Was his son
Yeah,
Flynn's
I think so.
Flynn's son, basically?
Yeah,
And then, of course,
Olivia Wilde,
Olivia Wilde was the ISO. Um, um,
Cora.
Cora. Yeah, Cora. Yeah, I was trying to think of her name. And again, they do scenes that are similar, but now they're in vehicles on the grid, kinda, and then later, the planes later in the movie. So I like that they did it differently as far as it being more advanced and stuff like that for the um, inner part of the program or whatever you want to call it. Um,
I
the,
kind of
the
like that whole nightclub scene. I don't know about you.
oh
With
yeah, I love the night.
Castor.
Yeah, yeah, I love Aster. He reminds me of Loki in a way. Loki's morning's Mister, but
He kind of, like, his mannerisms kind of reminded me of the Riddler.
yeah,
Jim Carrey's Riddler,
yeah,
which
yeah,
I
he could,
only less over the top
yeah,
than Jim Carrey's Riddler.
and then I like Gem. I don't know which lady played the
Oh,
Gem chick in there,
definitely.
um, but I like her character. And then of course Rinsler is Tron gone bad, um, basically until well later in the movie, obviously. When he
Spoilers
so yeah, spoilers. But
for those of you who have not seen it.
yeah, but but yeah, I kind of like and then of course Clue is the bad Jeff Bridges in this movie, I guess in a way, in the second one. But he's just following his programming.
He was programmed as a security program, if I remember correct,
Yes,
to safeguard the grid
yeah. So that
while Jeff was not at the
yeah,
computer
outside,
console.
yeah, in the real world. So yeah, I like the scene, where they keep Jeff Bridges touches the ground and all of a sudden it glows or something like that in a certain scene like that. The
Yeah,
whole
I thought
the
that
whole
was
bunch of
cool.
tiles in front of him or whatever. I thought that was a cool effect. Um, and then uh, uh, I think it's too bad that they. Well, maybe eventually they will do another movie, but because I think they do have a good premise for including still maybe Clue in the third movie, despite
Hello.
his outcome, because during the part when he gets his face inside of the beam, basically, that's going to take him up, you can see little layers of him getting kind of peeled off in that scene. So they could always say that, yeah, maybe not his whole essence got transferred, but some of it did.
Yeah, that would be an interesting concept, like a fractured program.
Yes. So I think they could, if they ever do another movie,
Tron, the fractured program.
yeah, do it like that because that one scene to me, yes, they could use as kind of putting him in a third movie. Clue, anyway.
But there is more than just the movies. Even the you said Tron Uprising, and even the video games are tie-ins and tells more of the lore inside the grid. How Castor came into power and the way he was, like the information pusher.
Yeah, yeah. I like how the games and Uprising, even though yeah, Uprising probably most people have never seen it, but I remember watching it on Disney XD, and but there's not much I remember from it.
I can't
Um,
remember too much either, tell you the truth.
yeah,
But I think that those were some of the effects gave birth to a lot of aesthetics that we see in the new cyberpunk aesthetics anymore,
yeah,
with all the neons. And I think that it really shows in culture and pop culture in general.
Yeah, well, I like it that, yeah, and well, I guess the original, you had your blue, which was good, and your red, which was bad, you know. So you could tell the difference between them, between the good, I guess, programs and the bad ones, I guess.
I guess even Pikachu wants to weigh in on this one. Just chirping along.
But, and then, yeah, in the second Tron Legacy, then they changed it up where Clue is, I guess, your yellow goldish color, basically. Um, and then Rinsler is more of a orange. Your dark kind of red, between a mix between red and orange in a way, kind of color to me. Um, and then yeah, you had Castor being all white, and same with Gem. So yeah, they
Yeah,
mixed in the colors, and then of course Cora was black. Her outfit was black, same as Flynn's son. Um, but then you had black with the white disc still on the back, kind of deal.
yeah. I think the discs were a lot cooler looking in Legacy than they were in the
Yeah, well, I mean,
original
they had
Tron.
obviously if you're gonna have that. I mean, it's like a really long gap in between the two movies. So
Yeah, how many
obviously,
years was it?
well, the first one was what, around 1980 or so.
1982.
Yeah, and then
Because
the
I was two
second one,
years old
yeah, the second
when my
one,
dad said I saw it, but I don't remember it. Like I said,
second one was what, at least 20 years later, maybe. I don't know, maybe around 2000, maybe later than that. Yeah, it was later than 2000, really, when I think about it. Had to
and
have been.
I think I was about 5 or 6 when I found that tape of Tron. So there's that. And yes, I believe the Stream Elements bot should be running, but I did put it in, so it should be running for AV man. How you doing? Lady Mist, thank you for coming. Oh. So
But yeah, hey
what do you
Vance. But yeah, Tron, the original, yeah, in '82 was, yeah, kind of like, you know, it covered the topics, of the time period too, in a way, you know, about, in a way, but like I said, this was way ahead of its time for for also the stuff that it was kind of trying to tell in its story and everything, about basically how computers could kind of take over, you know, the world in a way type deal almost.
okay. Later Mark the Infinitely Tired, or Voided, I should say. I'm still used to saying infinitely tired.
Yeah, but yeah, there's, and I like the I also like the scene where they're on whatever that weird flying ship is in the original Tron that's taking them
That
along.
beam thing.
Yeah, on the beam type thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I
where
think
he
that's kind of cool.
where he basically connects it to that beam too to get away from the ships following them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's another cool scene and stuff in the original. Um, and then yeah, you had the disc scene obviously too. Or
I
no,
love
it
the
wasn't.
disc fights. Oh, those things are so epic.
Yeah, I mean in Tron Legacy they did the disc fight better. Don't get me wrong, but you can't beat the original still.
The originals were pretty cool.
And then I like the little high lie type scene as well, where they had the little scooper on their hand type thing that catches the ball, like in high lie.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like that. That was kind of, I don't even know how to describe that. It's kind of like lacrosse and
well, if you
lacrosse
ever
of
watch
death. I don't
high
know.
lie, which is a big thing in Florida, or at least it used to be, then yeah, they do wear that little scooper thing with the ball and everything like that. And yeah, it's very similar to that. So yeah, I thought that was a cool kind of reinterpretation of it in the original Tron. You know,
It's definitely something different.
yeah, because yeah, it's something that yeah most people have never seen. Um, but and then yeah, like also in a way it's a the original well and the sequel are both love stories too in a way. How the son falls in love basically with and who wouldn't for Olivia Wilde's character, you
I
know.
mean, it's Olivia Wilde. Woo!
Yeah, and then you know in the original you had I forget what the lady's name was now,
I
but
wasn't dating anybody then. I would kick her out of bed for eating crackers.
yeah, but yeah, you again had a kind of a love, yeah, kind of interaction between the whatever female character and was it Bridges or was it Boxleitner, one or the other? I forget which one
And
in
what?
the original.
Um, for what part?
Well, for the lady that's in there, there's some lady that's in there with them. Um, but it's only like at the beginning and then basically the end when she kind of is in the movie. Um,
Oh, you talking about the other programmer?
yeah, the other programmer, right? That's helping him out and
Yeah,
stuff.
she's mirrored after the lady that I think Flynn was dating.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I think it is. Yeah, she is related to Flynn more than Alan.
Him and Alan were business partners, and
Right.
and we can't really mention those two without actually addressing the elephant villain in the real world room, Edward Dillinger.
Yep.
That was a crooked man.
Yep. Yeah. How he
Stealing, took all their cred.
took the credit for himself, basically. Yes. And then yeah, tried to lock him out, basically, or lock him in,
Oops.
I guess, in a way. You know, whichever way you want to think of it. You know.
I can't believe I actually did that. Sorry about that. You can even retype that if you want. Me, man. I didn't mean to. I overclicked. Damn my tentacles. Shh. Yeah, I'll let it fly, man. Just go ahead and retype it. I don't know how to re edit that. Let's see. Nope, can't get it. You can go ahead and retype that whole not
I mean,
kicking her
yeah,
out of bed for eating crackers bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested in Vance if he was into the original Tron.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what I want to know. Were you into Tron, Vance? Even I'm curious. Curious George is a
I
curious
would
little
think
monkey.
so. You know,
Curious George wants to know.
yeah,
Inquiring minds want to
yeah.
know.
Because yeah, to me it was a movie way ahead of its time. Like I keep on saying, but yeah, I mean the light bike scene, the tank scene,
I
you
even
know,
like that little prison cell, the program cells scene with
yeah,
Ram and them.
yeah. But
What I really liked when I was growing up, I think I played the purple crap out of those, was the video games, the arcade games, like Discs of Tron with the
yeah.
stand up arcades. I can't tell you how many quarters I pumped into those.
Oh wow, you never seen the original Tron? How about Tron Legacy? Have you seen that one at least, or no?
What?
Oh, I'm surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
These were some these were
Yeah,
some
you
movies
need to
here.
watch it, basically.
It's definitely a recommended.
Yeah.
Definitely a recommended watch. I would definitely. I mean, probably quintessential sci-fi. I'd say, wouldn't you? Positive Candor.
Say what?
It's definitely essential.
Oh yeah, yeah. The first movie definitely. I mean, and I would say in a way the second movie too is just as essential, almost. Maybe not as quite. It does have a little bit. There's more scenes in the second one that are kind of feel off and stuff
Oh,
like
that
that.
explains everything.
All right, yeah, yeah. Definitely watch Tron and Tron Legacy then, Vance. And watch the original one first, obviously.
Absolutely. And now that we're basically through the synopsis of Tron and Tron Legacy without truly spoiling anything, hardly. Um, what do you think the effects were of Tron in pop culture?
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, the neon effect, like you were saying, in the original was kind of is how the '80s were known for, especially Miami Vice and stuff like that, with the neon look and everything.
Is
Um, and it very much relates to, I guess, the Florida kind of culture with the neon and the LA culture with the neon and stuff, and I guess New York too, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, that was it kind of set the stage for the later '80s when more stuff became even more neon. I guess in a way, different shows had were that neon green or neon red kind of colors and stuff like that. For especially like Knight Rider had the red strobing light on the front of the car and stuff like that. So I mean the graphics in it. I thought were great for considering the time period, 1982, um, in the original Tron.
I
The
have to agree. They were good for um actually really good. I think that was like one of the first times computer um animation stuff was actually even done in a movie.
yeah, I mean, yeah, the original, like I said, I mean, every scene where they're using those fancy effects. I mean, is I can't imagine how long that took. It must have taken them a real long time to get all that together.
And
Could,
I'm checking on that for you, Vance, to see if it's on Netflix at least. I don't have Hulu. Do you have Hulu? Positive Candor?
is it on Netflix or Hulu?
That's
Uh,
what he's asking. I was asking
uh,
if you had Hulu to
let
check
me
and see
see.
if
I
it's on
I got
there.
Hulu, so let me look real quick. See if it. I don't think
Uh,
it's on.
I'm checking on
And
I'm
I got
checking to
Peacock
see if
Net.
it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I got Peacock Network too. So I'll see if it's on one of those two real
What
quick.
is that? I, what is Peacock?
It's like an NBC Fox V type network. It has the Battlestar Galactica 2004 version, which I've been rewatching on there. Um, on Peacock.
Could somebody check and see if it's on YouTube movies maybe? It might even be there. You could probably even rent it for cheap. I think it's like
Yeah, it's
three
probably on
something a
YouTube.
movie for just a rent.
Um,
Could
yeah,
always check.
it's definitely not on Hulu.
I'm checking on Netflix now. My account's booting up on. I'm
Yeah,
actually
I'm
doing
gonna
it on
check
my
on Peacock,
PS4
but I
right
don't
now.
think it's on Peacock. But I'll check real quick. Um, but Peacock does have Battlestar Galactica. So if you haven't watched Battlestar Galactica either, the reimagined one made by Ronald D. Moore, I would
I
say
bet you.
def.
I bet you
T-
it's Disney Plus.
huh? Oh yeah, it's probably on Disney Plus. That's right. What am I thinking, man? Yeah, but he probably doesn't have Disney Plus, I imagine, right?
It's probably on Disney Plus because Disney owns the rights to Tron.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, it probably is on Disney.
I
And I got
completely.
Disney Plus too, so
The smallest things I tend to overlook. The smallest little details. I'm so.
that's right. It is a Disney movie. Duh.
I can't believe I missed that fact.
Yeah, duh. Let me see. I'm gonna see real quick if it's on Disney Plus. I think it is. Probably has to be.
And for those of you who are wondering about that are not in my Discord about the scheduling, it's Monday through Fridays at 10.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. Tron and Tron Legacy are both on Disney Plus.
Figures.
Yeah.
Um, and then every 2 weeks we have a Lovecraft mythos discussion with Purple Valkyrie. I'd like to get more guests in to fill in on opposite Wednesdays, but that's still being discussed. And
Okay. And I guess V Star says it's on Amazon Prime too. Okay.
oh, it's there you go. Is it free on Prime?
Uh,
I
I would
doubt
guess
it.
so.
I highly doubt it. Heck, I could check that too. Let's see. Amazon Video. Is it free on Prime? My wrenches are on the ball. Also Roku.
Roku,
Hulu says $12.99.
$12.99. Well, I can watch it for free on, Disney Plus, obviously.
Oh, you got Disney Plus?
Yeah, I got Disney Plus.
I'm still waiting for another season of Mandalorian before I even give them any more money.
Once Mandalorian was announced, I got Disney Plus. I'm sorry, I had
I
to.
I I watched it on my free month
Yeah,
or my free week or whatever.
yeah,
I
I
was
know
like,
what you mean.
yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna give you any money on a hunch.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
no, I
I'll,
mean they
I'll
got
pay for
more.
the second season.
I mean, obviously you got all the Disney movies and stuff like that on there too.
Yeah,
Which,
I I love them, but I think I could live my life without the
yeah,
Disney movies.
I mean my son likes them, so he likes Disney Plus. He watches it way more than I do. You know.
My son and daughter have all my old VHS and DVDs of Disney movies, so I think they're pretty set. And I love the fact that these movies are like the original is like 40 over 40 some years old and still looking okay for what it was.
Oh yeah, I mean Tron still stands the test of time to this day. Really.
That usually with CGI and stuff like that, it doesn't stand the test of time, especially the early CGI in the 2000s. It just doesn't seem to stand up. I know we're not on topic anymore, but we sure are topic adjacent. I mean, you cannot talk Tron without mentioning the use of some type of CGI versus today.
Yeah,
It's
and then what was the name of the company? It started with an E, didn't it?
what that originally made it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it Amblin?
No, I mean that that Flynn and Alan worked at with Dillinger. What was the name of that company?
Encom.
Encom. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I knew it started with an E, but yeah, Encom. Okay.
The Encom building.
Yeah. Okay.
It looked like a gigantic engineering or power plant they were actually filming in instead of like a software company, didn't it? That's what I thought was. I think that's the
Yeah.
only thing I had a little gripe with. It looked more like a processing plant more than an actual computer software company.
Yeah. Well, they were experimenting with like taking the fruit type thing and beaming it from one spot to another or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought that
It,
was interesting.
in in
Interesting.
one scene of the original,
What was it?
and
An
that's
apple
how
or an orange? I can't remember.
an orange, yeah, an orange they used. And then obviously then the computer, you know, beams them into the grid basically or whatever. Um,
About the time the MCP kind of took over a little bit, decided, nope, Flynn, stop. You don't need to know this. All the time, Flynn's talking crap.
hmm But now was Dillinger and Sargon played by the same actor, or no?
Yeah, actually, it was.
Okay, that's what I thought.
They were all mirrored after their programmers.
Right. Okay, that's what I thought. But the MCP, who voiced the MCP though?
I, jeez, I am having a hard time recalling. I've been delving into so much media. It's a jumble in here. No wonder I haven't had a migraine.
Yeah.
They've been coming a lot more lately, and sometimes it's to the point where I get the information, and if I don't write it down and fall asleep, I'll forget everything. Like literally, my short-term memory's going.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here, man.
Signs of
Same
getting
here.
old, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And
As long as I can remember what I had for breakfast,
uh,
if I have breakfast.
yeah, there you
Usually it's just coffee and a cigarette. Speaking of cigarettes, yeah, I tried to quit, but everybody's like I should quit, but apparently even my therapist is totally against it, considering I am no longer on any medication.
go.
So she said it'd probably be safer for everybody around you if you just stay smoking. So I guess even they're like, you're basically medicating yourself at this point.
Hmm.
Oh, apparently I'm not the only one with short-term problems. Oh, you leaving, Vance? Later, Gator. Stay awesome and stay you, friend. Thanks for popping by. Well, this was actually quite interesting. I can't really think of anything else since there were only like two movies and to actually draw this out for an hour.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, once you've discussed pretty much all the best parts in it, I guess, yeah, I mean, yeah, but yeah, I mean, I do like the ending of the second one too, where, she gets out with Flynn's son, um, Cora does, and she sees the son for the first time and stuff like that. I like that ending.
Damn, my over clicking fingers. I try to. Apparently, I'm not the only one. So,
And I like how he still has the program on his on a key ring type deal too. You know?
yeah, I always thought that was cool. That wasn't even really a thing back in the 80s, was it?
No.
That was more of a 2000s thing. And I
Yes.
believe there was even kind of a joke in Tron Legacy before when Sam was a little boy and Flynn was talking to Sam. He was like, "Did I mention that I had the thought of wireless interfacing back in 1985?" And I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
I am I the only one that really laughed at that joke,
Yeah,
or
maybe.
or was that a little too dry for?
Yeah, I mean, without.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many funny lines in the movie, I guess, when you think about it, because it's a pretty serious movie in a way,
Yeah, I did like Cora's library. Tolstoy, Dostoevsky.
Wasn't that Flynn's library?
Yeah, Flynn. Yeah,
That
but
was his library.
Cora said she's been through them all, so I
Yeah.
guess it kind of was a shared library.
Oh, okay, that's right. She was with him. That's right. For a while.
Flynn was actually guarding Cora, if you actually remember correct, because she was the last ISO. Now I'm starting to remember things now that I'm actually in the swing of it. Mm. But I think we basically covered almost everything. Besides maybe that library. I think there was also Sun Tzu's The Art of War. There was The Art of the Selfless. I forget who that was. I believe there was. I believe I even also saw a copy of War and Peace. That's a read and a half right there. Has anybody ever tried to read that?
I might have once during school. I can't remember.
Yeah, that used to be required reading.
Yeah, I probably. So yeah, if it was, then yeah, I probably read it at least once. Then.
I didn't have to read it, but I had to read Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. I remember that. Now I'm gonna ask the popular question: What did that? What did that? What did Tron mean to you as a consumer?
Well, to me,
Mm-hmm.
I guess like in the original movie, he says, "I fight for the user." Um, so that to me was Tron, that he was fighting for the users of the program rather than, um, I guess, the people who abuse the program, basically.
And exploit the program.
Yeah, and exploit it. So, yeah, I
So
always liked that line in the movie, obviously. And he says it again, obviously, in the second movie, um, when he changes kind of from Rinsler to Tron again.
Again, spoilers.
Yeah, but yeah. So I always thought that yeah, Tron fighting for the user was a unique concept of a computer program actually working how it's designed originally by the user to work, I guess, versus being yeah exploited by other people to
Well,
basically control more of what people can do on a
like Clue being a corrupt program, and
yeah
um, Zark basically being an avatar of Dillinger.
yeah yeah. You had Sargon in the first one,
Yeah, Zargon was his
um,
name. That's why do I keep forgetting that?
and then yeah Clue, which is the bad version of Flynn in the second one, basically. And yeah, the de aging that they used on bridges was also, I thought, pretty cool in Tron Legacy.
I thought
You
it
know,
was.
I mean, you could tell it was a little off, but being that he was inside of a computer program, you know, it's more realistic than than the version they used for Leia at the end of Rogue One, basically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lady Miss, I gotta tell you, we that in the Discord, I know you're a fan of me playing Bloodborne, so I think you'd be interested in this. We have pictures of some fan art that look like the old pop comic pulp magazine covers of some of the Bloodborne bosses. If you want to take a look at those, I figure it'd be right up your alley. But all in all, I think we did pretty good. We did pretty good. We covered most all the bases pretty much.
Yeah,
So thank you for coming, Positive Candor.
no problem.
It was nice to actually have you and actually talk.
Yeah, amazing, huh?
You definitely got one of those subtle voices for definitely for audiobooks. It's like if you done an audiobook, I definitely listen to it.
Thanks.
I would. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass either. I totally would. What do you think, chat? He got a voice for audiobooks? Well, I think it's time to say goodbye.
All right. Yep. Good night,
Well,
chat.
thank you, Lady Miss. Thank you, Butterflies. V Man, if you're still in here, thanks for stopping by. Um, who else was in here? Um, Mark the Infinitely Voided. Yes, I got it right this time. Thank you for coming. Um, oh, oh, Admiral Oliver Franklin Doom was here. Wow, he snuck in here without even. Okay, thank you for coming and thanks for stopping by. Wow, Neopol Ricardo was in here. Thank you for coming. Um, Honeycombs was in here. Thank you for coming. I still don't know how to say that, but okay, I guess I'll take it. Take it where you can get it, I guess. Rambling Canuck, thank you for popping in, stopping by for a bit. You guys are all awesome. My wrenches, you lit, you are awesome. Don't stay awesome. Stay Eldritch and keep loving what you love. Darth Haster out. Later, everyone.